This land, south of Africa, this land, the whole land, each grain of sand, north to south, east to west, the given earth, the best land, the prostrate valleys, the angry mountains, the smiling hills, this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country must be healed with all the love it takes to pump one heart and fill it with a dream. I know that we are struggle people, comrades. We come from a history of struggle. We go to a history of struggle. So I am very happy and pleased to be with you, and I thank you for this time that you give to me to speak to you. You come from various homes, various areas, various political persuasions, diverse political persuasions. Because politics is the mother of all intolerance. Politics is the mother of all destruction. Politics is the mother of all hatred, pain, even between brothers. So it is important for us to get our act straight today. Who are we, what are we, and why are we here? This is very important for us to understand. And you all know it better than I do, why you have come here. To be able to interact with one another, to differ with one another, and not to take the tire and the petrol afterwards and burn each other. We have to refashion and rebuild our people. We have to refashion and rebuild ourselves. We have to commit ourselves personally to this new world that's waiting for us. You can't commit your mother. You can't commit your wife, your lover, your friend. You can only commit yourself, because you know the capacity to which that commitment can manifest itself. It is easy to be part of the rambling, rowding, running crowd. It's easy. But to be picking out the individual from the crowd, to look at the eyes of people as they run, to say, I saw his eyes, I saw her eyes, there was fire in her eyes, or there was a gentleness in her eyes, in his eyes. This is the peculiar and the particular that is lost to us in the struggle. Because Remataleba and Rutlo Gorbarengopel, Moches, Tat, Mbulal, or Mtan. So the crowds usually bring a passion that may not even be our own passion. Because some of us have been fashioned to move away from a crowd sometimes, to look and be discernible and be critical. Because in a crowd you can't be critical. You can't be seen not to be part of the crowd. And these are some of the important aspects of this world, of this life that we encounter today. We have been in the midst of a terrible struggle, whose capacity and whose ramifications we have yet to comprehend. In my opinion, this whole nation needs to be psyched. It needs to sit on a couch and be de-psyched and be taken away from the psychosis. This whole nation needs to go through a psychological catharsis. This whole nation. Because we went through a terrible, terrible, terrible time of trauma, psychological, physical pain. So much so that it has divided us in our different worlds. Our empathies are ethnically based, politically based, ideologically based. Ha, ye ni pusman, ye ni kwere kwere. Nagele tebe le umbone sentle. Ndim dim khosa ndim, old jonga ga uklemtlega. Naga motswana on chale sentle no, izo go rona batswana. Ainele rona hen. This is how we go about this. He nama pusman, yaza ma pusman. Oh, maspeke. We forget they come through our mothers. They came through our mothers. They didn't fall from the sky. And these are some of the traumatic, issue that we have to discuss. But what is the saving grace of this nation? What is it that separates this nation from other nations who have gone through and are still going through the same trauma, the same pain, the same suffering? We have a legacy, something that has kept us together as families, as people, that almost no other people have. They have, but not to the degree that we have been fortunate to have. Ribuaka botu. Sekhuluma ubuntu. Kaswana ba ra tshibisana. Kaswana go ra thusana. Kaswana ba re no ra fepana. And these are very important things. This has been a saving grace for us. This has made some of us say, ungambulali, haika, ngicela ukuthi ningamshisi. Hayi, phela, lesikamuhepa, mutlokheleni. In the crowd, this one person will say, at great risk. But what is it that drives that person in the midst of so much conflagration, in the midst of so much terror, in the midst of so much anger? What is it that makes one person say, wo, ningamchai, ningambulali, wo, machita, haika, ay, wo, tusanke, What is it? It is that salient, that thing inside of us, that compassion. We are all born with it. But Ubuntu is not that kind of ideology. It is not that kind of virtue that you can go and make an economy on. Because of its abstractness, because it is something that you can't see. It can only be seen when you do things for people. It can only be seen when you show this tolerance, political tolerance, ideological tolerance, religious tolerance. That this is not a Christian country. This is a country where Christians live. That this is not a Muslim country. This is a country where Muslims live. Atheists have a right to the light of God. He doesn't say, because you're an atheist, you don't believe in me, no more fresh air for you. No more water for you, I'll fix you up. A God of compassion. A God of compassion. It says in the Bible of Jesus, and when he saw the crowds, the multitudes, he was moved. One word, he was moved. One another short sentence again of the Bible. Jesus wept, he was moved. 3 words. He was moved. Comrades, it means you were taken from one position of not caring to another position of caring. This is what movement means. Movement doesn't mean and I move. Move means you must be taken from one position to the other. Ubuntu does that, comrade. It takes you from this position where you say, I didn't care, but now I do. Now I understand that when I work for others, I am working for myself and I'm working for this nation. Ubuntu is that ingredient in us, that element in us that makes us understand that our ideology is not the ideology. We may fight and battle for the higher ground. This is normal. But while you move to the higher ground, lift others as you rise. I'm going up. Come with me. This is what Ubuntu means. Lift others as you rise. Don't say, Mina, I'm ANC. I'm on the ball. I don't care about you. Comrade, let me warn you. This power game. One night you're there, the next night you are down there. We Africans, we have seen too much in this world. We have seen too much destruction of our continent, not to be able to read the signs. We can see what happened in Bolivia. We can see what happened in San Salvador. We can see the killing fields. We can see Pol Pot. We can see American lies, deception, the destruction of black people. We can see, there they are, written for us. Now here we are. Why are we blind to those things? Ubuntu opens your eyes, comrade. It makes you see it out. I was here, I was there, I am near now. Who can I lift with me? Who can I help with me? Who can I help to create this new world? Not just a country, this new world of critical people. Critical but compassionate people. Critical but giving people. We need, in this time of this country, ambassadors of goodwill, of ambassadors of peace. Ubuntu tells me, Don, that before you sleep, look at your wife, the children that are still in your house, and say, I love you. I love you, and I thank you for having shared this life with me. To lift up your child and say, listen, I love you. How many of us have touched trees and flowers? How many of us have taken time to look at birds, to look at the sunset, to see these birds passing, going to a place